Dr. Cindy Cairo defined the role of Children's Commissioner as one that ensures children's voices and their rights are not overlooked in the development and implementation of policies, services and practices in government and non-government sectors. These rights are contained in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, and the relevant ones to the theme of strong family include 1. The right to be with family, 2. To have a secure identity, including name, a nationality, a safe and secure family life and a culture, and 3. To be protected from discrimination, harm, abuse or exploitation of any kind. Dr. Cairo highlighted a number of issues immigrant families face in their new environments, such as changes in value systems, language barriers, and lack of employment, and recommended organisations that can assist families meeting these settlement challenges. In order to have a strong family, according to Dr. Cairo, the foundations must be sound, relationships strong, and understanding and empathy by parents towards their children and young people paramount.
I think that a human rights framework, as we talked about today, is one of the soundest basis on which we can do that, because it recognises and respects the right of people to practice their religious beliefs, to demonstrate their ethnic diversity and their culture, and have a sense of belonging to here, particularly through their children and young people, and that's based on rights that they have. We need to do that in a way that is respectful of each other and means that we can negotiate about the things that are important to each of us.
For the Muslim world, one of the other things I've seen is there's such diversity, such cultural diversity, that there could be better links and better supports across the different ethnic groups as well. And there must be ways you can do those things.
And Aizat used the concept of moi moia to highlight the importance and characteristics of a strong family. Families that are strong are richly connected with their communities and are able to support their members' well-being, identity, participation in society and interdependence, and drew the attention of the forum attendees to some of the family issues in New Zealand, including violence on the streets and in homes, loneliness, the changing role of older people, conflict for young people, and retaining and maintaining the best of culture and language. In order to build strong families, according to Anne, communities should be working together, should be willing to compromise and discuss difficult issues, and individuals must take action, invest time in the family, and be courageous about tackling issues. The third session of the forum, chaired by Anjum Rahman and sub-themed Building Strong Youth and Women, was addressed by Sheena Glissner, the Chief Executive of the Ministry of Women's Affairs, Sharon Cole, Deputy Chief Commissioner of the Families Commission, Police Superintendents Bill Searle and Bill Harrison, National Managers of Community Services and Youth Service Groups respectively, Sergeant Rakesh Naidu, Police Ethnic Responsiveness Coordinator, and Mike Green, Deputy Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Chairing the session on women, and there are quite a few issues around Muslim women that do need attention. I think around language issues, around isolation, but the most important thing about Muslim women is that we're very visible as opposed to other ethnic minorities because of the way we dress. We are very visible, and so sometimes that makes us the target of attacks and makes us more victimized as we move out in public.
How does a Muslim woman see herself in New Zealand society?
I think that many of them are very happy to be living here. You know, they have a lot of freedom, they have opportunities to work. It's a society that is conducive to women being involved and active in the community, and I think a lot of them enjoy that. Yeah.
The session makes a focus on women and youth, and as I think we all would know, that Muslim women are the visible face of the Muslim community, obviously because of the way we dress and the fact that we stand out, generally a lot more than our men folks, other than a few of our sheikhs who will dress in a more ethnic fashion, but generally it's the women who stand out more. And so we are therefore subject to, or generally the cause of, most of the criticism that is targeted towards the Muslim community.
Sheena Glissner explained that the role of her agency is to develop strategic policies to make life easier for women and mentioned childcare and parental leave as examples of areas her agency is involved in. Sheena explained her agency's vision for all New Zealand women to have resilience, real choices and a thriving society. Resilience is when all women are confident, economically independent and their tasks of caring are valued and supported. Real choice is when no woman is forced to stay in a relationship against her will, and that all women work in occupations they choose. Thriving society is when all women and girls are nourished by society, communities and families, and in turn are nourishing the society of which they are a part. These visions and policies help build confident women, capable of raising strong families. She mentioned some of the issues confronting women in general and concluded her speech by saying, "It is okay to ask for help."
So this is a real opportunity perhaps for Muslim women to be able to show leadership. The demands to be on boards are very, very high, so it's not easy, but maybe this is an opportunity. And we also do international work, which I won't talk about today. That's quite a lot for 40 people.
Sharon Cole highlighted the task expected and the level of influence exerted by families, the community and the wider environment in building strong families. She used the family strength model of Sinet and Dufresne, 1985, to explain some of the factors that help create a strong family. Some of these factors include 1. Strong commitment to each other and not letting work or other priorities take too much time away from the family. 2. Appreciation and affection with members caring deeply for each other and expressing it. 3. Positive communication, which entails parents and children getting comfortable with each other to allow issues to be discussed without blames and condemnations, listening and asking questions rather than trying to read each other's minds, and using humour to put each other at ease. 4. Spending time together and doing things that everyone likes. 5. Spiritual well-being, with family members having faith in God, which results in feelings of hope, peace, optimism, and a oneness with the world and all its creatures. And 6. An ability to cope with stress and crisis.
The family that we nurture, we rear, and we socialise our children. We bring our children into the world. And we protect them, and we protect our family members across the generations. So it's that span from the very youngest to the very oldest in our community.
The position of the police in relation to building strong youth and women was presented by Superintendents Bill Searle and Bill Harrison and Sergeant Naito. Superintendent Searle spoke about the refreshed approach to community policing and the part the Muslim community plays in that approach. Superintendent Harrison gave the police perspective on building strong youth and women. And Sergeant Naito spoke about the police ethnic strategy and finished with some initiatives that the police believe will assist the Muslim community and the police to work together in the future. The refreshed approach to community policing, according to Superintendent Searle, includes the appointment of a National Community Policing Manager and Group at National Police Headquarters for the first time, the allocation of an extra 250 community policing staff across the country, the acknowledgement that each community is different and that responses should match local conditions on a local level, defining community policing for the New Zealand context, and the development of a model and 10 core community policing principles to guide community policing. Superintendent Searle said all the initiatives in the refreshed approach emphasise the importance of communities and the need for police to work in partnership with other agencies, both government and non-government, and with the community to solve community concerns and issues.
I think the important thing for us is the offer for members of the Muslim community to come and talk to us about our ethnic strategy, to make sure that we incorporate your points of view into our strategy. For me, that was a high-level strategic point, but an important one.